Hello, everyone. Welcome to Master in Zeam call, and we will discuss the progress that we have made on DevNet 3 runs, and then we will also talk about our DevNet 4 work. So we will start by updates first, and we'll go along and cover all these topics as we go on with updates. So let's start from Anchal.
Yeah, so during the week, my majority of the work was on the spec side of things. I have like initially worked upon like the DevNet 4 specifications. Post that during the weekend, I have fixed like the uh, interop issue that Partha and Thomas was working on. So that was fixed. Post that, like I followed up a new PR for DevNet 4, another one on for DevNet 5, which we plan to merge. So I'll be taking that up. I'll be taking up that work. I plan to merge few of the things that I have right now put up in the DevNet 4 PR in like a separate PR, which will be mostly DevNet 3 compatible, so that we can decrease the size of the next PR. Apart from that, like on the Zeam side of things, I have like merged. I was reviewing quite a few PRs and merged few of them. Uh, and I have like also raised some PRs using Zclaw, basically to uh, to get the changes that I have done on the spec side of things to be reflected here as well. And one of them, which is like apart from DevNet 4 and 5 specification, there was another PR to simplify the store mappings. That also got merged somewhere around the weekend itself. So there's a PR that I have created via Zclaws on Zeam, so I'll be reviewing that and try to get it merged during the week.
And so let's just merge DevNet 5 into DevNet 4 itself, right? So when are we gonna do that?
I'll do it today. So I I am thinking of further reducing down the DevNet 4 PR because some of the changes can be merged in the current state itself. DevNet 5 PR is something that is right now. I have fixed the tests as well because that could be done. If I merge the DevNet 4 PR into DevNet 5 PR, the problem will be that the API changes on the lean VM side of things. Those I don't have, that's why I can't fix the test. I'll have to either comment out a few of them or add a dummy flag uh, and basically skip those aggregation parts. So that's why I have kept it like separate. But yeah, I'll merge it today. I'll
Those
try to.
those dummy flags you would still need in DevNet 4 as well, right?
Yeah, if I merge the DevNet 4 and DevNet 5 branches, then I'll need it. If I keep the DevNet 5 branches separate, then we won't need it. I can just rename them, and once we have like the lean VM updates, I'll prepare the bindings and do it as a separate PR.
No, I
And
mean
definitely,
in DevNet 4 PR wouldn't be working then, right?
yeah,
In the
DevNet
sense
4
that
yeah, not
you will
working.
still need to add the dummy flags there.
Yeah.
So just to merge DevNet 5 into DevNet 4, I mean, we don't want a working DevNet 5, right? So, I mean, we have all these change will anyway go in as a single DevNet. So I don't see the value of keeping them separate. But okay, maybe, we can do it at a later stage when you get the DevNet for uh, lean VM integrated, right?
Yeah, so I was thinking that we can get the DevNet 5 changes merged as they are like independent. And once I have the binding, like the lean VM changes, I can update my bindings and create a separate PR to integrate recursive aggregation.
You are saying that you want to merge DevNet 5 before DevNet 4.
Anyways, like it is just nomenclature. We have anyways planned it to be DevNet 4 itself. Like the DevNet 5 changes that were initially proposed will be going with DevNet 4 itself, right?
So let's just merge it into DevNet 4 and call it DevNet 4. Right.
Okay. And apart from that, like I saw today, like Guillaume merged my SSZPR, so I'll be making those updates as well uh, on Zeam side.
Yeah. So we don't want to crash if someone sends us strong data. So definitely. And the next follow-up things, as I discussed with Guillaume, was that we want to introduce caching. So when we, for example, calculate max size for a type or fixed size for a type or min size for a type, right? So each time you call them, they will get calculated again and again. And what we want to do is introduce a dynamic cache in SSZ so that with the flag you can turn on the cache and while you are linking and at the compile time itself. And if the cache is on, basically, you silently start caching these properties for the types. So min size, max size, or if it's a fixed size, then fixed size. And then the second step would be to uh, so this is just for the types, and the second step would be to also introduce caching for storing hash tree roots, so that if you are doing hash tree root again and again, you don't have to recalculate hash tree roots. And then the third part will be where you will also track dirty changes in the hash tree root. For example, there is a tree in which one subtree gets modified, so that particular hash tree root becomes dirty. And so when you are calculating the hash tree root, so basically it will be used in the state when you make the state update and calculate the final post state. You do hash tree root, you don't want to hash the things which has not changed, right? And this is something that we definitely need for optimization and will bring down our CPU as well as state transition function cost, runtime. Not in Prover, but definitely in maybe in Prover as well, because when you are sending in the state, you can also send in hash. So when you are sending in the input witness state, you can also send in the pre-computed hash tree roots of the input state, and then you only do the calculations for the things that have become dirty. So it will also make the state transition proving faster and cheaper as well. So these are the three steps in which we can follow,
No,
in
so
which we
if
can,
if you
yeah.
just start like caching in the hash tree root generation, then whenever there's a dirty updates that happen, I think the cache should already handle that case, because the branches that have had updates, those will be missing the caches for those subtrees. But for the subtrees that haven't been modified, uh, in the
Yep.
second part you describe, we'll already get the cache from there.
Yeah, so basically you can evict the cache for the type that got modified, and then probably it should then automatically take care of it. So
Yeah.
maybe we can just do it in two steps.
Yep.
So one is caching for the type objects for the type,
Mhm.
like max size, min size, fixed size, and then we introduce caching for hash tree roots.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. I'll tackle that and create a pair.
Right. So once we have this, basically, then our SSZ is fully optimized in the sense that structurally that is the best. Structurally, no more optimization needs to be done. Maybe we could keep optimizing SSZ in an engineered way, right? So we figure out the optimizations, but structurally, this is something that we definitely need. All right, let's move to Kai.
Uh, this week, mostly yeah, investigating some issues. for the DevNet 3. Yeah. So I opened several issues from after some investigations. Yeah, and try to let the Zclaw to help. Yes. So from today's issue, from Katia mentioned. So when the Zeam stored, no any gossip received, messages received. So I still think we need to change our Rust BPP to use the channel, the actor model, use the channel based. So we yeah. So but
Oh,
please, yeah,
yeah,
but this yeah,
so I think there is already a PR up on that, right?
yeah, yes. But this change is a bit big, so we need to review carefully.
All right, so I'll look into the PR as well. One other thing I need to understand from you, Kai, is that so when we get a gossip message, what do we respond? Do we respond on the basis of error that we throw? So basically, uh, or we just totally do a ignore of the return status to the gossip sub. So what are we? Are we sending something back to the early P2P layer? Most likely we are not, because we are maybe scheduling it onto our loop, or no, only P2P we directly send it to process, right? So are we processing the final status of processing the gossip message or not?
Currently, I think it's not.
So basically, are these going as ignore, or are these going as success, right? So
Yeah.
what are we? So what is happening? So when we receive gossip message from Rust P2P layer,
Yeah.
so what are we saying to P2P? Are we saying ignore, or are we saying success?
I think it should success. So, but I need take a look again.
Yeah. So when you are doing these changes, also take a look at it.
Yes.
Yeah. We definitely need to upstream when it's failure. So we will, I mean, you don't need to do in the same PR. Maybe we can do it in a follow PR where we are able to upsend the final status of our gossip processing.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. For dev.4 PR. Yeah. I saw Ansher make a new spec PR, so I just look at it. Yeah. So we'll follow up in the weekend.
Super. All right, let's move to Katya.
Yes, hello everyone. So this week we were working closely with Partha, so we updated DevNet 3 improvements. So I merged the observability stack, which allows to automatically deploy to these servers all I need for observability, all the Docker images, config files, So it will help us to deploy many nodes. So it will be automatically. Previously, I did it manually. Currently, I have an open PR for API and metrics flags being separated on all the clients. So I'm waiting for if Lambda and Grandin should be delivered today, the new images, and after that I will update this PR and it can be merged. Also, I updated my open PRs after the call. I will share with you, Gajinder. Needs to be reviewed and merged. So user config PR is currently blocked by our DevNet 3 improvements because we have a lot of updates there. So I want it to be merged firstly, and then I will merge the updates into this and check it on Ansible. Yeah, and we are discussing a lot how we can manage our servers. So probably later, after all the updates, we will raise it, right, Parsa? So regarding the servers and how to manage, we have a new client which which is occurred only today, which was unexpected. So yeah, that's it from my side.
And what is our plan for multiple subnets?
So I'm working on that, Vijender. It's still in draft. I'll have that ready for review once it's done. But the challenge is going to, challenge is we would slowly need to move out of the servers that Barnabas provided. But Hetzner are being very slow to respond to give us access to new servers. So I need to discuss this with Will. Either we purchase a large machine on Hetzner and run multiple servers there itself. That might be probably quicker, but I just want to get a definite answer from Hetzner that it'll take them time and whether this is going to be the best approach to do it. So I'll probably give them some time before we arrive at that decision.
Currently for DevNet 3, I'm using all the servers we have. So it's 9 servers and just duplicating some clients. I was trying to keep the DevNet live, but yeah, had issues with checkpoint sync and it stalled again. But today I'm waiting for new updated images from the clients. And also, I wanted to ask Partha, is it possible to add lean point to Lean Quick Start to run it locally, maybe through Docker components?
So the latest commit from me to DevNet 3 improvement branch has that. It'll automatically spin up lean point locally as well.
Okay, great. And I also have an idea to add something like replace flag, because restart just restarts the node, but what I need, and I do it currently manually, so when I need to replace, there are also some actions to do, so it can be automated as well. I will open a PR for this, okay?
Okay.
Cool. So let's move to Partha.
So as I was saying, I was working on that work to increase the number of subnets and probably spin up more servers or validators as part of DevNet 3. It's not ready yet. I'll send it out for review. I was working on some improvements to the existing setup where it also, Lean Quick Start would spin up the lean point along with Katya's tooling related stuff on the new server. I've also integrated the fork choice API endpoint to a lean point, but they ran into some issues with during testing, which I'm resolving. There are also some discrepancies between Zeam's implementation of that endpoint against the spec, which was pointed out by Clean team. I have to resolve that as well. Also, looking into the issue that Katya reported yesterday with checkpoint sync restart, I'm not able to reproduce it locally yet. It's a bit time consuming because and it's iffy. Sometimes it works, and very rarely I can reproduce it. So I hopefully will be able to do that today. I mean, reproduce the issue today, and then I can start applying a fix. Yeah, that's been my last week.
What is the issue with checkpoint sync?
So as Katya reported yesterday, when she restarted on DevNet 3, there was an error reported in Zeam log saying that it was not able to finalize or sorry, I don't know the exact error
It's
message, but
justified. Yeah, justified.
So if you are not syncing any block, then it won't be able to discover a justified. So it was in the initting state itself, right? This is what you're saying, Katya?
Yeah, it looks like the same issue we had previously, but yesterday we had a new release, so I thought maybe it has been fixed. But
It gets stuck at the initting phase, and it says that the justified is not set.
Okay, so Mercy is saying no, that this is on a different chain than the gossip peers.
I was trying
So Partha, can
twice.
you look?
I was trying twice with different nodes, I guess with Lantern and Dream, and it failed anyway.
So if you are always able to reproduce on the setup, then Partha, why don't you directly take a look at the setup then, rather than locally reproduce?
I mean, I can do that on the server, but that would mean multiple restarts to the DevNet. I can probably give that a try. My suspicion is that one of the clients' endpoint that they produce, the finalized endpoint they've implemented has some SSE related issue. I don't know. This is just me theorizing. I'll have to figure it out, because earlier all of Katya's restarts with checkpoint sync was using lean point tool, but yesterday I believe she did it against the finalized endpoint from a particular client. So maybe there's a mismatch there which we have to address.
I mean, let's not do against the client. Let's just directly do against lean point tool, right?
Yeah, but lean point tool
didn't work yesterday. Yeah.
It wasn't working yesterday. There was an update that I deployed which was causing this problem. So I'll resolve that, and then we can try this again.
Regarding
Okay.
the specific nodes, so yes, I used different nodes, like trying to check if they're stable or not, or like the head is growing, the finalized and justifies plots are also growing, and the same as other clients. And so other clients could sync from, for example, from Lantern, and but Zeam couldn't. But it really depends. Of course, at any time it can fork. The client can fork, so it might have also this issue.
When even if it forks, it can't fork on finalized, right? Because that is
Yes.
what the
Yes.
network has seen.
So before I started syncing, I check like if it's still with the following the network, and then so I choose from whom to sync and try different nodes. But
Okay.
yeah, it was emergency because lean point didn't work. Yeah.
I mean, anyway, get the lean point to work, but so which one is the server? 46.224.135.177.
It's Lantern. I have another log. I need to check. I can share it in the chat. There was another error, but it also couldn't sync. Let me check, and I'll share in the chat.
So what Mercy is saying could be happening, and it could be maybe because Lantern isn't is messing up the serialized state or something. I don't know.
I don't know. That's possible. So let me probably try reproducing it locally by using the Lantern's checkpoint sync endpoint, the
I
finalized
mean,
endpoint.
what Mercy is saying that is happening, then why are we even spending time on it? Just fix the lean point and get on with it. And
No,
lean point should
I-
point out that the finalized is reported different by different peers, right? So it should
no.
be able to.
What I'm saying is that probably the lean points handles this gracefully when it receives an erroneous serialization from, say, Lantern, but Zeam is not able to do it. Uh,
That's how will lean point be able to do that?
I don't know. I have to verify the lean point code when the SSE serialization is incorrect, or is there a missing bits or bytes?
I mean, if the SSD serialization is incorrect, then we won't be able to deserialize it, right? If we are able to deserialize it, then probably it's not not incorrect in the sense that maybe data got corrupted, or I don't know. While
Or it's SSL related because a lean point is offered under SSL, but this is directly HTTP. So if there is a
I don't think so. I don't think there's any relation to that, because even without SSL, HTTP is a protocol that will deliver the correct message.
okay,
Yeah, I had this question about East Lambda because Lean Point reports that East Lambda provides correct finalized slot, but it turned out yesterday that they have some issues, so they report like wrong slot or something. So probably Partha, you can check it in the tooling chat.
yeah.
Yeah. So I wonder how Lean Point then resolves this. So if they don't provide correct. Because we had the issues with this 2 days ago, so East Lambda couldn't provide the correct.
Yeah,
checkpoint.
I'll investigate that as well.
Okay, thank you.
Also, I think in LeanPoint we query all the clients. So if we are unable to deserialize a particular checkpoint, in that case, it would basically drop it. But since it already has connections with other clients, it would have saved the checkpoint from one other client
Yeah.
that it is able to deserialize.
Yeah,
That's why
it takes for anything greater than 50%. If more than 50% of the clients report the same finalized slot, that's what it will serve to others. So if one of the clients fails, it might just drop that request, as you say. But I think,
If you drop that, then you should also log it or reflect it as an error, so that
Yeah.
if any client is not able to solve the correct data
Sure.
on the same slot, I mean, they could be behind, which is fine.
Yeah.
That they were not able to proceed on finalization for whatever reasons, or they could be on a fork, on a minority fork. But I mean, if they are reporting different finalized on the same slot, or greater than the latest slot reported by whatever 50% of the peers, which you will figure out the way to say that, okay, this is that true finalized, then you should basically point out that these peers are reporting it wrong. Maybe through UI itself, I don't know. The point of having
Yeah.
this in UI will be like to how the fork mon behaves, right? If we can create a fork mon kind of a UI where we are able to say that, okay, up to these particular finalized blocks, these nodes agree. In fact, post finalized also we can do that, but it will it should definitely highlight the errors for the blocks that have been finalized and are not in sync.
So did you say Forkmon? I haven't come across this tool. Let me take a look. I'm hoping
It's
the latest fork. Sorry.
So it is a legacy tool that was used by EL devnets, ELs, to
Okay.
basically say that whether they are on the same chain or not. So you can ask Barnabas or Partha for it. But
Sure.
what it does, it draws up a table and says that, okay, these peers, they are, for example, on the same block, and it basically starts to highlight the boxes, the red boxes for the peers when the blocks start to mismatch. So you run, so finalize is the point where, which is the base of the table, right? And then
Yeah.
that should match across everyone. And beyond that, you can also say that, okay, heads are matching or not.
Okay.
But as of
Right.
now, I think just for the finalized, you can do this in your tool, and that would be useful.
Sure.
Yeah, Katya.
Regarding this thinking process, I have a question. For example, I have 5 like healthy nodes, but the finalization has stalled, and I restart one of the nodes, and let's say it's synced well. Is it possible to recover the finalization process if the head is, for example, 1,000 slot ahead? Is it still possible when we have enough number of nodes? Can the network recover? So do we have all these attestations like during these slots in the network, or how it works?
Yeah, so every slot there are new attestations coming in. So yes, it should be possible. But I mean, if only with one node you get finalization and other nodes are not contributing to finalization, that is something that we need to see, that which are the nodes which are not producing correct attestations, or whose attestations are not getting counted in finalization, right? So one of the things that we might need to write it as a tool would be to basically say that, okay, whenever things are getting finalized, which nodes, which clients were missing the attestations that were counting towards the finalization, right? So if somebody's producing the votes wrong, then that could also be a problem. But yes, at any time when the network recovers and it sort of agrees in the sense that 2/3 of the nodes are voting for the same source and target, then justification should happen, and then after some justifications, maybe finalization should happen. So that depends upon its justified slot rule, which is basically x plus x square or whatever that is, right?
So
From the source.
So technically, it's possible through request, right? So if we request attestations, but the gossip attestations, like old gossip attestations, they expire, or?
So whenever new attestations are there, so previous ones get overwritten, right?
Yeah, I mean, if we have,
There is no expiry. I mean, if you voted for something and you did not give a new vote, then the old vote is what will keep on getting counted.
let's say we have like 1,000 of like head blocks ahead of justification, we will still have all the gossip attestations in the network.
So you are 1,000 ahead of the justification.
Yes.
Yes, you will always have votes. You will always have attestations.
Okay, got it. So technically, it's possible to recover the network if we have like enough number of the majority, the threshold of clients.
Yes. As soon as 2/3 of the network agrees, then the justification should happen, and then finalization should happen there afterwards. Not just after justification, finalization will happen. So basically, finalization has its own rule that whether this particular slot, the newly justified slot, target slot, is a candidate for a finalized slot, which is basically x plus x square, whatever that rule is, from the source, which is last justified.
Okay, got it.
So
So
fine.
I succeeded only once to restore the network, was DevNet 2, like the last, I guess, runs. But for DevNet 3, yeah, I'm still failing, but there are a lot of sync issues on the clients. Okay.
Yeah, I think we need to come to a point where we should be able to recover the DevNet, and then only we should say that, okay, we can move the testing to the next DevNet. All right, let's move to Mercy.
Hello, good afternoon. So this week I worked on a small minor fixes on the justification checks in the link spec, and then I addressed some matrix comments that Ansha gave, and then I tried to look at the logs Katia shared. And for the main log, I noticed that the node stopped receiving gossip after like slot 268, but it was still showing 6 connected pairs. So I'm not sure whether it's a network isolation. Like, I'm still trying to figure out what happened, because the exact cause is not clear from the logs alone. So that's what I worked on this week, and I'm still trying to debug the first log that you shared.
Got it. Okay, on my side, I looked at PRs to review and Zeam PRs for better processing, gossip processing of the aggregated attestations, and the other PRs that zCloud did and were triggered by Kai or Anshul, and also looked at the spec PRs, and again looking at our overall process and making it better, that how we can use AI in a more automated fashion. So what I basically now expect, as I mentioned in the chat, is that every PR at least needs to start from Z clause, and basically then we work on top of it. So the role of us as a team is now more investigative rather than more development oriented. I mean, we more engineering oriented and more investigation oriented, so that we can basically focus on figuring out what are the issues with the client and get Z clause or /AI to solve those issues and patch in the code, and on an engineering level, that okay, how to guide the AI to write a better code, or whatever code it produced, to review it and clean it up and fix it, unless the entire code is junk, and it is more effort to fix it than to write it from scratch. So which is basically where we use our judgment call to say that, okay, this is the PR that we'll do ourselves. So we are getting more and more into that mode where we can produce high quality code in an automated fashion, but in a guided and engineered way that we want. Yeah, that's from my side. Guillaume?
Yeah, sorry. Well, okay, so yeah, I did a review Anshal's PR this morning. Sorry it took me so long, but yeah, I wanted to verify a couple of things. So it seems safe. I merged it. Otherwise, I was working on getting all the provers into the code base. I got OpenVM. There's a bit of an issue with Zyren and the other one, SP1. The problem for that is that it's a Rust compatibility issue. It's not the first time this happens. We just have too many Rust libraries. Yeah, when Kai says he wants to change the Rust library on the peer-to-peer side, I'm afraid that's going to cause more problems. But of course, peer-to-peer needs to get there first. So it's my problem, really. Yeah, so there's still the fact that ReZero doesn't pass in CI. I'm still hoping to get SP1 and Zaren to work first before I tackle this one. But yeah, I won't spend a month trying to fix it. If that doesn't work, we'll have to make some difficult choices. Yeah, that's where I'm at.
Yep, it's all good. So, yes, Marcel.
Sorry, I just have the last question. So, base is about the main log that you have shared. So, I was trying to understand if the issue was caused by network isolation, like the process whereby maybe the peers connected but not forwarding gossip, something like that. So, because from the logs itself, it's difficult to pinpoint what the actual cause is. I'm not sure if someone had an idea or there's like a more detailed log on this that could be shared so that people can take a look.
So can you give Mercy access to the server so she can look at the logs?
I mean, it's the same. So the logs I download, it's the only logs we have. So, like I share all the logs from other clients.
So all these
Do you
logs
mean-
were available on, did you add, what is that log indexing service, Loki?
I mean, I share the logs in the tooling. So all the logs from the clients I share in the tooling. And as soon as the DevNet stops, we don't have logs because the clients are like the containers are deleted. So before I stop with the DevNet, I download.
But do we have Loki set up?
Yes, but I need to fix it, I guess. So it's stalled.
Got it.
Yeah,
So
question to Mercy regarding
the logs that you are passing, are they info logs or are they debug logs?
we still don't have a debug log for Zeam. So that's what I
You can always, I mean, it's just a flag away. You can start Zeam in a debug log manner. We have debug logs.
No,
And in fact,
they are broken. That the issue is still open. So
which
after
issue is
we updated, like it was the Zig update. Since that time, we have the debug log broken. So, and Mercy, I guess, fixed it, but this update wasn't merged, right, Mercy, or how it works? So what's the plan? I wonder, how can we restore it?
It's not exactly broken, so there are some placeholders which are wrong, which have been which I had set to any. Mercy had fixed them, and then in DevNet 3 PR it got reverted due to Kai's changes because those were like overlooked upon. So not all of them are broken. There are some logs that aren't in like the best format out there, but we still have the logs. We still have the debug logs, but yeah, those need some fixing.
From the server side, so I just have a couple of lines and that's it. So it's not informative at all. The example is in the issue. I'm looking into it.
So can you paste me the issue or can you share with me
Yeah.
the issue in the Zeam channel?
Yeah.
I mean, debug logs are there. Apart from, I mean, some logs not being printed in the right format, you should have all the logs, and most of the logs should be printed in the correct format. So, or you are saying that you are not able to start Zeam in debug log manner.
I mean, it starts and I have this consensus log file. So you will see in the issue. So, but it just cut. It has just a few lines. So we don't have.
So in consensus log, we always write debug log. So, I mean, again, Partha, can you access it into server and see why consensus log file has a proper log or is not
Sure.
being written properly? And the second thing is that even without that, right, you could switch console logs into debug logs. Are you not able to do that?
So from my side, as I expect it should work, if there is a consensus log, it already debug log, no?
Yes, so consensus log should already be a debug log, and the console logs, which you might be tracking through Loki or whatever, I don't know, they are info logs, but you can also switch them to debug logs.
So this file technically exists on the server, and it worked previously before this dig update, but for now it doesn't work.
Yeah, it's under the data directory usually. I haven't looked at the latest consensus log. I'll take a look.
Yeah, it's there, but it's not like proper log. Mm.
Yeah, I've
I mean,
asked Zeam not to fix it. It should be a simple fix. I'll push it as soon as it's done.
Okay.
all right, cool. So that's all from today's call, and then we'll see you on March 20, same time. On March 27, I think we'll be traveling, or people would be at ECC. So March 27, we won't have a call, as well as on April 3rd. So then, or probably you guys can have a call, or whoever is available. But if you are not, then on April 10 is when we'll see you next, after the next call. But yes, definitely we are having next call on March 20. All right, guys, cool.
Thank you.
Keep doing the good work and keep pushing, and push more and more on AI, and see you next week.
Cheers. Bye bye.
Goodbye.
See you.